Hi, this is Valerie Hector. Welcome to my Chinese floral ball tutorial. It's going to be easy and it's going to be fun, and we'll get started in just a minute. Before we do, I want to show you the different kinds of beaded floral balls that I found in China many years ago. Okay, this one is really large and heavy. It's a 120 bead sphere that's been embellished, okay, with rings of basically 3 beads that are worked together to form, motifs that look like flowers to me, okay? So I'm going to show you how to make this one super easy once you know how. And I'll show you also how to make this one, how to embellish this one. This is just a dodecahedron, very common structure. It has 30 beads, a piece of cake. You can do it pretty quickly. And I'm also going to show you a 90 bead sphere, a Chinese beaded sphere, and how to embellish that one too. You're going to love this. This is so much fun. I mean, think of the potential, for earrings and beaded beads. Granted, this is a little large, but there's a lot of fun here, a lot of potential, okay? I'll see you in the next video. Okay, let's get started. The first thing you probably want to do when you sit down to embellish a sphere is figure out whether you want to embellish just the rings of 5 or just the rings of 6 or all of the rings or a certain number, or what do you have in mind? What is your strategy for embellishing? You don't have to know in the beginning. You can just get to work and see what happens, okay? Here's a sphere. I have not finished embellishing yet, but I'm only embellishing the 5s so far. I don't think I'll embellish any 6s, and I don't think I'll embellish the whole thing. Why? It just becomes so heavy that you can't wear it. And furthermore, if you are going to want it to be wearable, like as in a necklace, you have to remember, leave opposite holes open. Don't embellish them so that this can be worn on a neck wire or strung, okay? It'll make it a lot easier when you get to that point. Now, this the floral bead ball or sphere concept works with all different spheres. This is a dodecahedron, okay? It has rings of 5 beads only. This is a 90 bead sphere. It has rings of 5 beads and 6 beads. I have a tutorial for this. I'll put a link in the show notes. This is the 120 bead sphere. It has rings of 5 beads and rings of 6 beads. And I have a tutorial for this. I'll put a link to that too, okay? I just want to show you, I'm just going to show you how to get started. Now, these beads that I'm using here are American-made metal beads. They're brass on the bottom with a bright enamel coating on top. I'll put a link in the show notes. This size here is size 8/0. These are 8/0s here. Okay, I tend to want to embellish 8/0s with 11s, okay, because it makes a much nicer, smaller, more delicate finish, all right? So that's what I'm going to do here. To get started, all you want to do, let me move these guys. All you want to do is insert the needle through any bead. It really doesn't matter which bead. For the dodecahedron, it doesn't matter because these are all rings of 5, right? So that you really only have the option of embellishing a ring of 5. Now, the first thing you're going to do is string 3 beads. I have chosen, as I said, to embellish with these smaller beads here because it's just a nicer look. So you're going to add 3 beads, okay? And then go back through the bead you just came out of, okay? And pull, all right? And see how they sit on top of the bead, this bead here? That's great. Go through the next bead in the ring and just add, well, this is what I would do. Just add 1 pink and 1 silver bead, okay? And then I would go through this pink here, all right? And that's great. And then go through this bead here. Go through the next bead in the ring. Add 1 pink and 1 silver. Go through this bead here. Go through the bead below them, the trio. Go through the next bead in the ring, add one pink and one silver. Go through this pink. Go through the bead below, that trio we just created. Pull and go through the last bead in the ring, which is this bead here. Now, you're only going to add one bead, okay? First, you're going to go up through this pink bead. Then you're going to add one silver bead. Then you're going to go down through the pink on the other side, okay? And then go back through the bead that we started from and pull. All right, great. So we've created one of these little flowers, as I'm calling them. All that remains is to stitch around the silver beads. You can leave them open if you want to. You can reinforce them if you want to. I probably would, you know. But then I'm always mindful of making pieces that are going to last while customers are wearing them. So you just do what you feel like doing. I am going to go up through this pink here and then just quickly stitch a couple of times around the silver beads to close the ring of 5 beads that they form. Okay. Now adding these floral elements, embellishments, increases the size of your sphere by a lot, okay, by quite a bit, actually. Each of these, underlyingly, is a 90 bead sphere. The blue beads form a 90 bead sphere, and that is this big. See how much bigger the embellishments, the floral embellishments make this. It's really quite significant, okay? So just be mindful of that. It's a great way to increase the size of a sphere while making it kind of prettier too, all right? So that's that one. Reinforce or not, do what you wish. Continue embellishing or just leave it like that, right? Okay, so that's the dodecahedron. That is the 30 bead sphere. Now let me show you, same general concept, of course, with the 90 bead sphere. Here I'm going to choose a 6, a ring of 6, okay? So I'm going to go through any bead in the ring of 6. And I don't know, maybe I'll use, what will I use? Maybe I'll use a purple. Whoops, we're getting some thread caught there. I will start with one purple bead, one orange bead, one purple bead, okay? And go back through the bead that you just came out of. One thing that is crucial when you're making these is make your base sphere fairly well, reinforce it fairly well, but don't reinforce it all the way. Leave it to be somewhat squishy. See how this one is squishy? That's correct. You will, the rest of the reinforcing will happen as you add the floral elements, okay? So don't reinforce all the way, just reinforce, I'm going to say 75% of the way as you're making the sphere, okay? Great, now we're going to go through this next bead in the sphere, add one purple bead, wait, am I getting that right? Yeah, and one orange bead and go back through this purple, then go back through the bead we just came out of, and then go through the next bead. In that ring of 6, add one purple and one orange, go down through the purple, go back through that blue bead, straighten things out, go through the next bead in the ring of 6, add one purple and one orange, go down through the purple ring, across through the blue ring, pull a little bit, go through the next bead in the ring of 6, add a purple, add an orange, go down through the purple, across through the blue that you just came out of, and then go through the final bead in this ring of 6. Go up through the purple on one side, add an orange, go down through the purple on the other side, pull, go back through the bead. All right. At this point, again, I would probably reinforce. I would go back through each ring of 3 at least a couple of times. Okay, I'm not going to do that right now so that we can keep moving on in this video, but I do want to close up this orange ring of 6 beads, or this ring of 6 orange beads here. Doesn't take but a minute. Okay. Reinforce it as much as you want. I mean, think about it. You could easily add a crystal here or a pearl here or something, stitch something in the middle. It seems to be almost, begging for even more embellishment. Why not? Okay, so that is what it's like to get started embellishing a 90 bead sphere if you want to embellish a ring of 6. Okay, so that's that one. And lastly, the 120 bead sphere. It's the same concept all over again. By now, you're an expert, but I'll just do it one more time, okay? Go through any bead, choose. Are you going to embellish a ring of 6 or a ring of 5? Maybe right now, I think I'll embellish a ring of 5. Okay, I'm coming out of this bead here. What color do I want to add? Maybe I'll add, it's just so hard to decide. Yeah, maybe I'll add an orange. Yeah, and then a pink. And then an orange. Okay, go insert the needle through the bead you just came out of. It's going to be hard to see the difference in shades between the orange and the pink, but you know what, that's all right. Go through the next bead in the ring of 5, add 1 orange and 1 pink, go down through this orange, across through this blue, pull, go through the next bead in the ring, add an orange and a pink, go down through the orange and across through the blue, pull, go through the next blue bead in this ring of 5 beads, add 1 orange, add a pink, go down through the orange, go through the blue. Ruh-roh. Oh, my thread pulled. My needle broke, actually. Well, you know what? I'm not going to finish this one. I'm going to let you guys finish it. I think you know enough by now. You've seen enough samples being made that you understand how this works. Okay, it's really very straightforward. It's also a lot of fun, There are endless possibilities for what you can do with these guys. I've only made a few, started a few ideas here. And I invite you to make more variations, and do different things. Have fun and play. That's what it's all about. Happy beading, and I'll see you in another tutorial. Thank you.